Welcome to On Air with Kash. Our guests today star in the new feature film Christmas vs. the Walters, available on demand nationwide on November 26th. Please welcome Paris Bravo, Christopher Riley, and the writer-producer Ante Novakovic.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
I just watched the film last night. The acting was incredible. The story was, and I felt for every character. I totally got what the parents were going through. I totally got what the kids were. The characters were so well layered. I didn't feel like, oh, I'm rooting for this. Of course, the bad guys, we can totally say we're not on their side. You know, the snotty neighbors. Yeah, I'm glad your dad, Dean Winters, I'm glad he kicked down their ornaments.
Yeah.
That's right.
Totally right.
Definitely. But no, really, congratulations to all of you. It's really a pleasure to have you on the show. And, actually last time, Paris was actually one of our first guests when we started the show earlier this year. We were promoting her movie Bad Therapy, and she had just wrapped this. Now we fast forward, it's November. You've already had it screened in multiple theaters across the country. I apologize, I couldn't be at the one year in California. Paris was so nice to attend a film festival I was hosting that weekend and supporting me. Paris, one of my favorite peeps. We always throw down during our stunt training. I'm glad that I can be with you and your team and support you in your movie. And what has this process been like for everyone?
For me, it's been absolutely insane. And I can't tell you enough how grateful I am for the opportunity. Ante was the person who really was like, Paris, she is Abby. You could tell the story later on if you want, but I'm so thankful for the opportunity to even, have gone out to New York. I've always wanted to travel for work, and the whole experience of it, like being out in theaters and being on the big screen, and my whole family and friends were able to see it in California, and my family out in Florida, my family out in New York. It's been really incredible, and I've brought family together to maybe talk again, because family gets angry at each other, just like this movie. Like, you can tell that people get mad and we have situations where family drifts apart, but because of me, not like because of me, but this brought our family together, and I thought that was really, really nice to see, and I cherish that to my grave.
It was definitely like a fun experience, filming and everything. One of my first big acting career things, and really just going out to Long Island for 3 weeks and filming with this wonderful cast. It was just great and amazing and so much fun. So much fun.
The script came along. Peter D'Amato, the other writer on it, I'm a co-writer on it, had a script version of this that was bouncing around for a few years. And then we came on board, myself and my producer partner, Rob Simmons. We looked at the script and said, yes, there's threads of stuff in here, but we really need to kind of imbue it with a little bit more of the family dysfunction and right. Yeah.
We can all relate.
We figured just to kind of imbue it with a little bit more of that, the unnecessary pressures put upon by the holiday season, and what that means familial wise, and how that kind of breaks down between the individual relationships, especially in this one, more about the relationships between the generations, like grandmother, mother, and daughter, played by Paris. So what that is, the mothering technique, if you want to call it. It is, by our lead, Diane. But yeah, I mean, we just came to it in a very kind of open way, and stuff that kind of just touched us. What's all the pressure about? What's the idea of perfection? It's more about progress than it is about perfection at any point in life. Right. Perfection's this unattainable thing, this idealistic pressure put upon. So we kind of played around with that theme a lot, and mothers in particular, like what they go through more than anyone else in the family, because they're pretty much, from my memory at least,
they rock.
Right? They rock. They put it all together. They do it. They make it happen. And working with these two, how could you not want to work with these two? Phenomenal.
Impressed by both of your performances. I mean, Paris, you and I go way back. I'm so familiar with your work. Christopher, I'm really impressed with your work. This is one of your first movies your career role. You've been in Awkwafina is Nora from Queens, and you've also been in Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
Yes. That was also a great time.
And now you have Dougie Walters. You're going to be remembered for this. This is going to be a holiday classic.
Oh man, it was just so kind of fun, but when we had to leave that final day of filming, it was like so sad. Like I was literally crying the whole way home. Literally. I was literally.
Christopher, he literally told me, he goes, I'm gonna see you in a year from now. And then we had the premiere. We had the premiere, and he goes, you know what's sad is I'm never gonna see you again. And I'm like, oh, we're gonna break my heart.
We're gonna have to make up another. We're gonna have to make up another script that both of you are in.
Oh yeah.
I'm joking around about Christmas versus, Christmas versus Valentine's Day, Christmas versus, the Walters versus every holiday.
Yeah.
And just run it through.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah. The two of you had such great chemistry as brother and sister. And like what I was saying about the layers of the characters, like I felt I totally got what the mother played by Shawnee Smith, what she was going through. Dean Winters just being, really, I mean, he was a dedicated father, but, he had like the workaholic, the demanding boss. He was trying to do what was good for his family, but felt the love in the core. And then even your character, Paris, Abby, I remember being 15. I remember everything that you go through, just not being able to go to a party or just wanting to do something with your friends. But, much as I, sympathize with the parents, I totally got where you were coming from. And I felt like Abby was coming from a sincere place. She wasn't trying to be a bad girl or like a rebellious teenager. Like She cared about her dog. She cared about her friendship. And when I saw the two of you together, Abby and Dougie, I really saw that, even if she was mad at her parents for something, or not mad, it just was in a disagreement. It's like, I just really saw that the love that Abby had for Dougie and how she always just took care of him, was caring about her dog. So and that really came across in both your performances.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, when the first day working with Christopher, he showed me his magic tricks, and I was like, this kid is awesome. This kid is awesome. Yeah. I love kids. I love kids to pieces.
Who doesn't?
Right? And I feel like, teenagers who watch this movie can't really relate to as much to the adults in the movie, but everyone has been a teenager.
Right.
Unless Christopher, you're not there yet, but like you're almost there. But
I read an article that says you can tell you're getting older when you used to kind of root for, you'd watch a movie or a TV show and you'd agree with the kids more, and then you start getting older when you start agreeing with the parents. I feel like I'm I'm getting a bit older, but I totally was on both of your sides the whole time. I want you to know. So I feel like that was the kid in me at heart. And I totally agree with both your characters.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. These group of actors, this talent together, really reflected that. When you say organic and coming from a real place, everyone did, even though some of the moments are comical, some of the moments are deeper than that. Everyone came to it from a very truthful place, which comes off the screen. They really do feel like a family.
And one of my favorite parts was the military aspect that they threw you guys threw in there. That touched me because my father is a part of the Air Force. What is a veteran, and we got to celebrate him during Veterans Day. To be able to put that in there, I was able to relate to that on a deeper level. And not only did it show that, you can lose someone that quickly thinking they're going to be there that Sunday. They're going to be. But then you get shocked with a, not so good feeling. And it tells you to cherish those moments. Even though you may get mad at your daughter, you may get mad at your mom, your dad, you don't know when that last chance to be with them on that holiday is, or even the next day. It doesn't have to be a holiday. And I really appreciated the sentiment with the military aspect.
Last time we had you on the show, one of the things that Paris and I share and have in common is stunts and wire fighting. Paris is so much better than I am. I mean, she can beat me. Okay. Yeah, she upstages me in all those departments. So there's no.
You're great. You're great.
I'm trying to keep up with you. But after we did the last show, and actually that was the part of the movie that really connected with me, because my mother, who's actually in the room as well too, who is our producer.
Hey.
They produce.
See, there they are. The moms are there all the time.
We're all here, exactly. She's the producer of this show, and her father was in the Air Force as well too. And so I mean, there was really a connection that I felt with that and the family bond. And Paris's father, Tony, was nice enough to take me and my mom and Paris to the gun range to give us a straight up military training class. It was dynamite. We can't wait to do it again.
Yeah.
Wow. you know, we got the great opportunity when you talk about Paris and her stunts. I didn't really know about Paris and or her stunts. I only saw her as the actress because I had happened to watch Bad Therapy. And I thought, I'll throw this on. And I watched the film. As I'm watching the film, we had already written Abby. I kept on watching. By the end of the film, I went, that's Abby. The officer said, guys, you know, let's all take a look at, you know, this individual named Paris Bravo for Abby. Because it wasn't quite, I saw what she did there and I thought, she's going to carry this. She's going to nail it. I just thought she has it. She's got it, you know.
I feel that way with watching the two of you. I mean, I have a younger brother as well too. So even just watching Christmas First, the Walters, you know, you remember just, you know, family things happening and then being protective of your younger sibling. And no, the two of you just really, that really came across so well in the movie.
And Christopher did a great job. I'm sure like coming with a little girl, I mean, me, like a older girl coming up saying, hey, you want to play my brother? Like, he was so open and so welcome with the idea of filming this. And he's going to be a star. I'm telling you, he literally can sing, he can dance. He's going to be on play. He's an actor.
I'm so happy just to have all of you here. I was really invested in these characters. I think it's going to be a holiday movie that people are going to continue to watch annually because it's relatable, you know, and I'm going to stress that a lot. This is the way that it was written. And like you said, I mean, Shawnee Smith, Dean Winters, you have Brewster and Chris Elliott, you have Christopher and Paris. You have this great cast that has incredible chemistry. It's the perfect holiday film, and I'm really happy for all of you. And I'm so glad we got to do this and really celebrate it.
And Christopher really like held his own with all the mighty names. Like going up on set, I would have been so intimidated. I mean, I was, but like Christopher was like, I remember the first night when he came, we were in the hotel and he was the door next to us and I could just hear a kid screaming and jumping. I was like, that's my little brother.
I love the relationship you all have, and it totally came across in your performances. And I wish you just all a great holiday weekend and holiday season with your families. And I can't wait for everyone to see this. And I just know you're all going to get so much love on social media from the reviews of everyone just enjoying this movie and celebrating. And again, just really, you all rock. And thank you so much for your time today and joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
A great holiday.
Bye.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me and the cast and crew of Christmas First, the Walters. Out November 26th, you are on air with Kash.